tried to install a new graphics card, end up killing my hard drive. That's okay. I make backups. Well, the backup didn't entirely work, so I had to beat my backup into submission to get the system back up and running. Awesome. But then my cat wasn't doing well, and we took Grady to the vet, and he's got first stage renal failure and a heart murmur, which means we have to go back to an echocardiogram on Monday, and we're worried about him, and we have to change his entire diet, and we don't know what the murmur means, and everything has just been fire.
I'm sorry.
How was your week?
Well, I started it in rural Missouri. And by rural, I mean a 3-hour drive from the airport and a lot of Trump stuff. Rural. But we were there to see my mother and sister-in-law, which was lovely. We got a nice visit. And then we came home. And all our cats have been pretty much glued to us since then, except for Valkyrie, who is still very scared of us.
And he can't have temptations anymore, and he's so upset.
I know. Like Dan and I were talking about it, and I don't know what we would do if Simba could not have temptations anymore, because he is like a crack fiend for those things.
Grady loves them, and he can't have them anymore. And he can't have tuna anymore.
Poor baby.
Apparently, he can have the tuna water, which is weird, but he can't actually have tuna.
Can he have like chicken?
No.
Oh.
Apparently, it's the protein and phosphates. They have to keep it really low. Blah 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 blah. I have to look and do research into it, and I guess talk more to my vet about what alternatives.
Yeah.
I saw there were some treats. Shouldn't say the word because he's getting upset, but I saw there were some renal.
Yeah, they do make treats for.
And I got some, and they showed up today, and neither of the cats want to touch them.
Oh.
So there goes $20. Each week, Catherine, radio to their audience, go out the worldwide interwebs, find all sorts of horrible shit, bring back here for the little thing we like to call, what the fuck is wrong with you? Crazy. And we're currently having to, because of the clusterfuck this week has been, we're recording this on St. Patrick's Day. And of course, because it is a holiday in the 21st century, in the hellscape that we all inhabit, that means brands decide they want to do things.
Yeah.
And today, the Chicago Bears, the sports ball team of Chicago, which, if you don't know Chicago, have you ever seen The Fugitive? No, not that one. The new one with Harrison Ford, which is still an old one. And there's a scene with a giant St. Patrick's Day parade in Chicago. And the reason is, every year, there is a giant St. Patrick's Day parade. It is one of the biggest cities. You've got Chicago, You've got Boston, you've got Savannah, one of the big cities where they...
New York.
Yeah. And...
it's kind of a big deal.
So you'd think people who were that involved in a very Irish... It's like 8% Irish in Chicago, which a city that size, that's not insignificant. You'd think they have an idea of what's going on. You would be wrong. And this happened today. A tweet went out. Bears delete St. Patrick's Day tweet with unintentional anti-Catholic message. And you're sitting there at home right now listening to this going, What? Why would the Chicago Bears be anti-Catholic? Well, I'll explain. Let's have a look at the tweet. It was actually an animated GIF. Oh God. It's been deleted, but someone preserved this shit for posterity. Let's have a look. There's the Green River. Every year they color the river in Chicago green, which is already probably not very good. But yeah, here's the Chicago Bears recoloring it orange and happy St. Patrick's Day on it. Now, a lot of you at home are like, I don't get it. And most of you were not involved in this because we're not really taught about what else goes on in the world that's not America. But if you're watching this from, say, Ireland, Northern Ireland, England, you're sitting there going, oh no.
Or if you're watching this as the child of Irish immigrants.
Oh, see, the thing about Orange and Ireland, there is the Orange Order, otherwise known as the Orange Men, which are
after William Orange.
They are a fervently Protestant organization. And they were very involved in the Troubles, notoriously involved, going back for...
They still do marches.
And they do the marches much in the same way the Westboro Baptist Church does marches, to provoke and cause a fight.
Yeah. There's a whole episode of Dairy Girls about it.
If Protestants, Catholics, English, Irish, a lot of alignment crossover there, it's a big deal. And
I've explained this before. Wearing orange on St. Patrick's Day is basically like wearing a shirt that says "fuck you," or wearing a Union Jack. Yeah. It's just rude.
It's more than it's almost a threat.
Yeah,
it's almost, depending on who you are, it's kind of almost a threat. And
there's a lot of people who do it because they think they're being cheeky and funny, and really you're asking to get punched in the face.
Yeah, it's like, no. It's for a lot of people, it's right up there with the Confederate flag. It's one of those things you just don't do. You just don't. So what's amazing here is the Chicago Bears would be so blindingly oblivious to the... You couldn't find one Irish person. You're the Chicago fucking Bears.
Or it didn't occur to your social media team to be like, so we want to do this thing. Wait, how come nobody does wear orange on St. Patrick's Day?
It's a bit of an issue. So this is how a brand face plants into what? You have a problem with Catholic people? What? No. What? We just Chicago Bears orange is like what? Yeah. Oh no. So,
and there are people that are like, but orange is in the flag. Let me explain that to you. So the tricolor flag of Ireland is meant, the green is supposed to represent the Irish Catholics. Your orange field is supposed to represent your Irish Protestants. The white field is supposed to represent peace between the two.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
If you know anything about anything, TBD. Like, it's a lot better than it used to be, but, you know.
To give you an idea about how understated all this can be, they called a couple, over a century of violent upheaval and terrorist attacks and back.
Troubles.
The Troubles. Like it was a little bit of a tumble.
We wouldn't want to be dramatic.
They just, like it was a little bit of a little spat. We just had some troubles. We're fine now. Well, let's get back to our international bullshit. That's a little closer to home for us, Florida, of course. One of the acts of just normal everyday life is sometimes you have to invite service people into your home or residence or business.
Yes.
That always fucking freaks me. We have to, I mean, I live in the South of America, of North America, and it's a subtropical climate, and we have bugs. We have nasty bugs. No matter what you do, it's not a matter of, ew, you're unclean. No, these are fucking feral infestation bastards.
And you're going to start getting spiders the size of your hand.
So
that are harmless.
What we have to do is we have to have pest control. Otherwise we would have like palmetto bugs.
Yeah.
In the house.
The bugs would win.
So And even then, I have to have the person come into the house, and it freaks with me. Is like, are you judging my shit? Are you judging my shit? You're not better than me. Get out of my house. So I'm not good with strangers. So this next story kind of hits me like right in the, oh, you motherfucker. And even still, it's kind of fucking weird for us. Florida man steals $30,000 worth of turtles while fixing breeder's fridge. Jermaine Wooford, 47, was allegedly spotted on surveillance video taking up to 18 rare turtles from Turtle Source in Estero, Florida. Owner Marcus Cantos.
Are the ones in the pictures? They're so cute. They look like they're wearing little bandanas.
They are. It's a Photoshop. It's a Photoshop.
Oh.
That they are.
Damn.
I know. Owner Marcus Cantos said no more than a dozen turtles were missing. Cantos said he had called the repairman to his store to fix a fridge. The turtle breeder said he noticed some turtles were missing after the first time Wooford came to the store, but didn't immediately make the connection. He checked store cameras and saw Wooford removing the turtles. Mr. Wooford claimed he needed to pick up parts, and when he returned to the store, he was arrested. This is the part that kills me.
You came back?
This quote here, quote, "The camera is right up there, not hard to see, and the guy looked right in the camera, and that's how Sheriff's Department was able to use facial recognition, and he was just helping himself to all of these." Deputies were able to recover 5 of the 18 stolen turtles, so he'd already moved the turtles. He had a house full of hot turtles, and they had to move. He found a turtle fence.
Where are they?
They've been moved. They're somewhere. Probably. Hopefully, hopefully they're exotic pets. I'm just going to be really fingers crossed on that one.
Oh, hi, Simba.
Just, it's one thing to try. Like, this is part of why having strangers in my house kind of trips me out. Like, but not everybody does this. But even still, this fucking camera, you idiot. And they have a record of your ass, like with the turtles, and you're like, turtles.
Without getting too specific, one of the shelters that I have volunteered at, had a cat get stolen. People came in with an empty baby carriage and stole a cat from a nonprofit shelter.
No.
Yeah.
Don't tell me shit like that. I agree.
We were just hoping they're really nice to him.
Where are you going? Wait.
Hi, Grady. Bye, Grady. He's like, I heard about stolen cats. I'm out of here.
Hi, buddy.
First, I'm going to dust your face, though.
Okay. Go on, buddy. Next up, we got more Florida. And there is so much bless your heart going on in this next one. I like, your heart was in the right place, my dude. I will say that. Everything else was so wrong, but your heart, bless you, you tried. Florida man calls 911 for meth quality check. It doesn't end well. It's a humanitarian gesture gone wrong. Excuse me. Depending upon whom you ask. A Florida man called 911 to ask for a quality control check on meth he had just bought, saying he wanted to protect others from buying the fake product. Police came to the door, obliged, checked the meth, which was legit, and arrested him. Upon arrival, deputies met with Thomas Eugene Colucci. Colucci told deputies he had recently purchased methamphetamine from a male he met at a local bar. Having used a bit of it, believed it was actually bath salts. Colucci went on to tell deputies he was an experienced drug user, having used methamphetamine in the past, and, quote, knew what it should feel like. He brought out the suspect products, 2 small baggies containing white crystalline substance, handed them over, explaining the substance had not provided the sensation he'd been expecting. Worried that other people might buy fake methamphetamine from the same person, and determined to protect fellow contraband buying humans, Colucci wanted the meth tested and its seller held accountable for any regular.
Oh, honey.
Okay, now bless your fucking heart, dude.
Yeah.
I can understand. You're like, oh man, I don't want somebody to get hurt by this shit. Maybe I should call somebody.
You know how you know the meth is genuine? When you think it's a good idea to call the cops to find out if the meth is genuine. Just sit with that for a minute and think about it and go, you know what? This probably is the real shit.
Like, people are asking, how do people are falling for this NFT stuff and everything? And it's like this because drug dealing, much like cryptocurrency, there's no real, in the market of drugs, there's no enforcement agency for illegal drugs. No one's going to come in and be like, wait, your illegal drugs are bad, sir. We've got to take these off the market. It's not going to happen. Same thing with the crypto. There's not going to be anyone coming in. It's the same kind of thing.
And sometimes people are dumb.
It's this weird sense of this should be fair. These illegal drugs should be fair. Someone should do something. And bless your heart, yes, someone should. But on the other hand, what we did...
Do you really want them to?
We did do something, and that was we made them all illegal.
Yeah.
That was what we did. Breaking Sad. What's that?
Did you read the quote at the end of the article?
Oh, no. Let's see what it is. Police eagerly broadcast their slate of illicit drug services to the wider community. Quote, if you or someone you know have doubts about the authenticity of any illegal narcotics you have on hand or have obtained for another person, the Hernando County Sheriff's Office is pleased to provide this service free of charge.
Yeah, no, call us. We'll test those right up for you. Don't worry about it.
Breaking Sad. It's too good. That's too good. Next up.
Oh, honey.
All right. This I appreciate that watching other people in your hello Simba. Watching other people in your vicinity, in your neighborhood, blatantly breaking laws and regulations that are put there to service for the neighborhood. Not like homeowner association shit, like in this particular case, drought regulations. Watching people break them can be frustrating because you're like, I'm doing things right and they're not. Don't they fucking care? Well, no, they don't.
No.
But the trouble is there's not, as we've discovered in the whole pandemic, there's not a whole lot you can really do if people are determined to be assholes. They really want to do it.
Yeah. You
don't turn vigilante. And this is just the most pathetic vigilante. Man offended by heavy water use in drought is sentenced for popping car tires. This is Ogden, a self-appointed neighborhood water cop, has been sentenced to probation and counseling for popping the tires of several people he thought were watering their lawns too much during severe drought conditions last year. Aaron Ng dropped caltrip spikes in driveways, the area of JC Park. Police said they knew of 18 people.
Hi.
They have 18 people whose tires were
You can't be on the
flat.
keyboard. I'm sorry. You could say hi to the people.
No, you
can't be on the keyboard.
I always type things. I have things to say.
I'm sorry.
I always say
you cannot be on the keyboard, sir.
I always say things.
I have something to say.
Police say they knew of 18 people whose tires were flattened, some not reparable by the spikes, and the sort of police used to stop fleeing suspects.
How did he even get those?
Ang told officers he dropped spikes on driveways because he felt, quote, people were using too much water when we were all in a drought. It gets worse. Where's the police obtained surveillance video showed a man wearing a fedora and walking a dog. He had an outfit. Drop a spike in a driveway. They identified they identified Aang as the man in the video. He went to his house, saw a dog that looked like the one in the video. Aang denied knowing about the spike, but when confronted about the video, he said, "Well, it looks like my dog." Police probable cause statement said. Got a search warrant. They found 8 purchases for a total of 170 caltrip spikes on Aang's Amazon account.
You can buy those on Amazon?
You can buy caltrips on Amazon. Well, all they are.
Why?
Technically, all caltrips really are is they're a couple of nails twisted together. That's all they really are.
Yeah, but you should have to do the work. You shouldn't be able to just buy them.
Well,
vandals used to have to work for it.
No, it is easy. I mean, I think it only takes 2 nails because you cross them. You got kind of bend them. No, 3. Is it 3 nails? It's 2 or 3 nails, but you have to bend them in such a way that they always land with a point sticking up. But yeah, it's not hard. I mean, the fedora is killing me though. He had an outfit. Yeah.
Yeah.
A tire popping vigilante.
I'm not sure I understand the correlation. Like, how were you helping the water situation?
He wasn't. He was just
mad.
You have to straight. Criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot, Tara. He's got to strike fear into the hearts of BMW owners everywhere.
Well, and also, how were the offenders supposed to make the connection?
They're like, wait a minute. Hold on.
Because if someone slashed my tires, I'm not going to be like, you know what? I am watering the lawn too much. Like, leave a note or something.
This next one, this is one of those things your brain does. You go into a store sometimes and you think, just nothing you'll ever act on, but it's just a thought that pops in your head. I could break all this shit. Just one of those thoughts that pops up.
Okay. I just asked Dan the other day and he said it doesn't happen to him.
Really?
Do you ever get like a weird, like you'll be sitting having a conversation with someone or just sitting watching TV with someone you really like and would never want to harm, but you just get a weird impulsive desire to like punch them in the face for no reason?
I really like that there's a couple thousand miles between us.
That doesn't happen to you?
I'm just going to say that, right? No.
I mean, I guess you would call it an intrusive thought, but I've always had that. Like you're just sitting there, everything's cool, and you just suddenly want to kick somebody in the stomach.
Well, this is what happens when you act on those sort of thoughts, and
I mean, it's the same thing.
This doesn't. What the fuck? Woman trashes West St. Paul Target with a golf club. Woman in West St. Paul is in custody after damaging goods at a Target with a golf club. When officers arrived on scene, they found Target employees evacuating the store to help keep customers safe. Police say they don't know why the woman entered the store and immediately started destroying goods, but say she grabbed a golf club at one point and began a rampage that destroyed fixtures and products throughout the entire store. When police arrived to take her to custody, she was in the electronics section, actively damaging property. She's smashing TVs. That's some TV smashing going on. Police say they took the woman into custody without incident. Target remains closed as crews clean the building, and by crews, they mean the employees who are stuck dealing with this bullshit.
So, like, nothing set her off. She just walked in and started fucking shit up.
Just
like that fucking movie with what's his name?
Oh, I love what's his name.
With Michael Douglas.
Falling down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except even that sort of had a kind of it was a stupid reason, but it was
There's a reason. Yeah.
This didn't have that. This was just like, nah, fuck you.
Like, was the Target Starbucks out of oat milk? And that was just it?
Why would you? And the Target, man, if you're going to smash up a big box store, you know there's a Walmart nearby. Go fuck up the Walmart. No one's going to be able to tell the goddamn difference. If I have the choice between going to the Walmart or the Target, well, they're big box stores. I really don't like them, period. But I'll go to the Target because at least walking around the Target, I don't feel like I'm, it just feels uncomfortable in the Walmart.
You know what it is about Target? It's a big store, but they kind of divide it up into what feels like smaller stores.
Yeah.
So it's not like the fucking warehouse at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And that's what Walmart feels like.
Yeah.
It's just endless capitalism for miles.
Yeah.
And Target is little digestible bites of capitalism. And that's much more soothing.
Well, apparently not for everyone.
Yeah, I guess not. I find Target very soothing.
I don't exactly find it soothing. It's just I don't want to get me the fuck out. Get me the fucking fuck out of. To me, it's like, oh shit, I got to go to Walmart today. It's like a dentist appointment for me.
We had the main grocery store in my mother-in-law's town was Walmart. So we were there a lot over the past week. And I don't generally go to Walmart because of aforementioned vastness. And it was nerve-wracking. And a lot of Let's Go Brandon shirts in the Walmart. And that was not great.
Speaking of nerve-wracking, this fucking story, if this wasn't in a medical journal and we didn't have pictures, holy shit. Everybody, just brace, okay? I don't think this week's timber, the pitch has prepared you for this one. No, you're like, well, what does that mean? You're kind of
well, I'm invested now.
Yeah, you should.
Who shoved what where?
Yeah, you got it. Hole in one. Woman's UTI was actually glass tumbler lodged in bladder for 4 years.
I have many questions.
A woman whose doctors thought had a UTI had a glass tumbler stuck in her bladder for 4 years. 45-year-old had come into the hospital complaining of typical UTI symptoms such as leaking. But doctors were stunned when scans revealed there was a glass inside her bladder. It was encased in a 3-inch wide bladder stone, 8 centimeters, which are normally so small they're hard to see with the naked eye. There's the bladder stone. Woman was from Tunisia, revealed she was using the drinking glass as a sex toy a number of years before. Evidently, she had inserted it into the urethra rather than the vagina. Case published in a medical journal includes the astonishing scan and image of the glass and bladder stone. So, yeah, the glass got in there and a stone formed around it.
That's not a mistake you make.
Yeah,
Like, any woman who has had sex with another person has probably at some point had them aim for the wrong opening. And you're aware because one stretches and one fucking does it.
While the medical report does not mention it, the woman may have been practicing what's known as, and I've never heard of this, and I'm glad I have it, quote, urethral sounding.
Oh, yeah, we've heard that. We've talked about that.
Sounding?
Yeah, because men they make little metal sounding rods to shove up your little Johnson. It's a thing that sounding is putting stuff up the urethra, but not a fucking highball.
Why is it called sounding? I don't know. I don't
know.
I don't want to know. Holy crap. Look
Maybe
at that.
you put the thing up and then you hit your dick with a tuning fork.
This is the kind of x-ray that you keep for your entire, if you're a healthcare professional, you frame the shit.
I can't, it doesn't have great scale. Like, is that a shot glass?
That appears to be a shot glass, yes.
Okay, because they're calling it a tumbler, but that
tumbler's
seems
like that.
Right, like that seems physically impossible to get in your urethra.
Even a shot glass is like that, though.
That also does seem physically impossible to me.
But yeah, this is... You take...
And then the bladder stone just grew around it. 4 years. How do you... Because I also want you to understand... It's not like your urethra is this long and then there's a bladder.
No.
That thing went on a fucking journey. You remember that movie, The Incredible Journey, with the 2 dogs and the cat? Nothing. Nothing compared to the journey this glass went. It had to go a fair distance. And you didn't notice.
I mean...
How have you been peeing at all?
Right? Wouldn't you have exploded by now?
Like, how have you not died of sepsis?
Also, just the very fact that you're just like, okay, if I had something and I lost it up one of my holes,
right?
I would be in a fucking panic to get it out of my holes. And I'm talking like something, if I got something stuck in my ear, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm going to the doctor right fucking now. I got a fucking screw in my ear. Get the fuck out of my ear.
There is nothing I can think of that you can put inside your body without medical assistance that is supposed to stay there. And I'm sure someone's going to think of something.
Right.
But like food, not there permanently. Sex toys, not there permanently. Tampon, not there. Like there is nothing you're supposed to be able to put in without help that shouldn't come back out. And if it doesn't come back out and you just shrug and go about your day, I don't understand how you remember to breathe.
I guess I gotta go buy more glasses now.
Like, how do you think that's going to be okay?
Out of sight, out of mind.
And does it say she forgot?
It doesn't say. I don't know how you forget.
Like, and I understand it would be embarrassing to go in for this problem. But what's more embarrassing is dying from this problem.
2 days later, the woman had recovered and was well enough to go home.
My gosh, I'm so sorry to hear about Janie. How did she die? Shot glass up the urethra. Oh, no. You don't want that in your obit, folks.
Well, you know, the worst part now? Have you ever, like, broken a plate or a glass?
Yeah.
You can never find another one to complete the set ever again.
Well, they probably gave it back.
Well, look at the.
Just run it through the dishwasher. It's got a sanitized setting. Be fine.
Tara.
Looks a little jagged.
It's Tara. It's got a chip in it. Tara. It's got a chip. That's a glass that went up or it's got a chip. It's got a.
Where's that now? I repeat, how did she not die of sepsis? Because I feel like she probably didn't like sterilize this motherfucker with an autoclave before shoving it all the way up into her bladder.
I guess the first thing we learned this week is if you lose something up one of your holes, don't just roll with that.
No, you got to find a way to get that back out.
This is not like the hidden verse of "Don't worry, be happy." You got to deal with that.
Also, this is nobody means this when they say let's do shots.
No.
And if they do mean this, they're not your friend. The more you know.
We've learned sometimes you could be shopping and someone will come in and start breaking shit with a golf club for no goddamn good reason. Welcome to humanity. Yeah, if this is kind of, I would love to like get a class of elementary school kids, and I don't even talk about the naked shit from our show or the scary shit. I would just tell them like, okay, kids, one day when you're an adult, just to prepare you, you're gonna go to the store, like you go to the store with your mommy, or you go to the store all by yourself, and there's gonna be a lady running around with a golf club smashing the TVs. That's just a thing that can happen.
And you know how you find the kid that will become that person? The kid that goes, awesome. You get that kid to the counselor right away.
We found if you're going to go, did she leave the store under par? Oh, Omega. We found if you're going to become a vigilante, you've got to tie your acts of vengeance to the crime at hand. Otherwise, it's just incoherent.
Let the punishment fit the crime.
Well, not just let the thematics. It's
yeah.
We talk about poetic justice. They don't mean like jazz, okay? It's got to connect together.
It's not free verse.
We've learned that you might want to help protect your fellow illegal drug users. That's awful nice of you, but the way we've protected them is by making that shit illegal. You dumb fuck. We've learned that people will look right into a fucking camera when stealing shit, even if it's stealing shit as just wild ass as turtles.
And then they'll just go back.
It's like,
You just went back.
I'll get some more turtles. I mean, I forgot some tools. And finally, we've learned if it's a holiday somewhere in the world, some brand is going to engage in social media in the dumbest way possible.
They're gonna fuck it up.
I'm waiting for someone to like. I'm trying to figure out how you can fuck up Ash Wednesday, but I know someone's gonna figure out a way.
One more tangent question. I always noticed, because I was raised very Catholic, even in the years I've not been a practicing Catholic, I know when Ash Wednesday is coming and when Lent is beginning,
right?
Because all the fast food restaurants start running specials on their fish sandwiches. You never noticed that? Because I mentioned it to Dan and he was like, wait, really? And I'm like, yes. Around March, when all the fast food restaurants start doing 2-for-1 McFish or something, Lent is on the way because Catholics can't eat meat on Ash Wednesday or Fridays. And I didn't realize everyone didn't notice that. So if you're not sure when Lent is starting, just look for the 2-for-1 McFish at McDonald's. And it's on its way. Right? I thought it was obvious. I didn't know that.
It's that they live shit when you put on the glasses and the fucking thing says obey. Right? It's like fucking with my head.